ரூபா நோட்டுங்கிறது ஒரு ப்ராப்பர்ட்டின்னு நம்ம நினைக்கிறோம். பட் ரூபா நோட்டுங்கிறது ஒரு பேப்பர் தான். நீங்கள் இங்கேருந்து வெளில போயிட்டு துபாய் வரைக்கும் வேணால் அந்த ரூபாவை ஒரு இந்தியன் வாங்கிப்பான். பட் யூ கோ அவுட் சைட், கோ டு யூரோப் ஆர் சம்படி, இந்த ரூபா நோட்டுக்கு மதிப்பு இருக்காது. அட் தி எண்ட் ஆஃப் தி டே, வாட் எவர் மணி யூ ஹவ் ஸ்டோர்ட் இஸ் ஒன்லி ஸ்டோரிங் எக்ஸஸ் லேபர். மணி இஸ் நத்திங் பட் உங்களோட வேலைக்கு கிடைக்கிற ஊதியம் தான். யூ ஹவ் டு ஃபஸ்ட் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் that money is only a method of accounting your labor and which you have stored. And there is so much instant gratification because your mind is a 2500-year-old mind. 2500 வருஷம் old brain working in a current situation where fight and flight and instant gratification are very important. ஸோ எப்போதுமே உங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது ஒன்று பார்த்தா உடனே வாங்கணும். என்கிட்ட காசு இல்லையா, எவனா கடன் கொடுத்தா வாங்கணும். பேசிக்லி யூ ஆர் செல்லிங் யுவர் செல்ஃப். இஃப் யூ ஆர் பாட் அ ஹவுஸ் ஆன் loan, basically you are now given away 50% of your life for the next 20 years to work for the bank. If you stop paying the loan, within 6 months, he will just pull the loan, sell the house to the next highest bidder. And if he sells it at a lower price, you are liable to make up the difference. That's Surface Act. So this is what he says in the first chapter. Doesn't go to such details, but he says, please know what is your need and what is your want. And what I told you, adiyum solrar avaru, inflation is your enemy. There's only one thing. நான் நிறைய இடத்துல சொல்லியிருக்கேன், நாட் வெரி பாப்புலர். 100 நிச்சயம், 125 லட்சியம் டாலருக்கு. That means your goods are going to become so costly. 2-3 months back it was 88, 99, 90. Today it is 93, 94. Meaning, don't go by the value you see there. You go to the bank will ask you 3% markup to give you the dollar. So 94 ரூபா. If you are buying something for $1, you are paying 88 rupees. Now you are paying 94 rupees. So that way, your oil value is declining all the time. இப்போ நீங்கள் வீட்டில் எல்லோரும் பாம் ஆயில் வாங்குறீங்கன்னா, பாம் ஆயில் in the last 25 days has gone up by 10 rupees, 12 rupees, or you will find next time when you go there to buy, you will find it has shot up by 15 rupees. So money erodes in value. That means your labor is eroding in value all the time. இது ட்ரெட்மில் ஓடுற மாதிரி தான் அது. You have to keep running in the treadmill to make money more. So what has changed in the last 50 years? He captures it very well. NCPIன்னு ஒன்று ரகுராம் ராஜன் ஒரு உருப்படியான கவர்னர் இருந்தார். He started National Payments Company of India. So what he did is he made checks. One of his great ideas was to make checks redundant. ஸோ முன்னெல்லாம் நாங்கள்லாம் செக் கொடுத்துட்டு அதை போய் துரத்தி இன்னொரு பேங்க்கில் ஃபீல்டு பண்ணி பாஸ் பண்ணுற நாள்லாம் இருந்தது. செக்கை பர்ச்சேஸ்லாம் பண்ணுவோம் மேனேஜர்கிட்ட. இப்போ அதெல்லாம் கிடையாது. நீங்கள் போட்டிங்கன்னா அடுத்த நிமிஷம் உங்களுக்கு அக்கௌண்ட்டில் வந்துடும். So now checks are dead. You can use RTGS, you can use IMS, you have NEFT transfers. So checks are dead. So basically your 1-day time, 2-day time to make a payment has now been reduced to an instant payment. That is the revolution he is talking about. It is called the universal UPI revolution. We have gone one step further by using Google Pay, which is built on UPI, which is built on that UPI app, or Phone Pay or WhatsApp Pay. Two of us can transfer money to each other without even using cash. That is what I told you. It's only a unit of labor where you are paying for somebody else's labor. That is the big revolution that has come across. And we have led the world in that. But it does not finish black money. Most of the big transactions in UPI are 500 rupees and 1000 rupees. So money is neither white in color nor black in color. The only idea is whether I want to pay tax on the money I have earned, or whether I don't want to pay a tax. And the same money will keep changing. So black money, it has just made our life far more simpler. So what he then says is that we all have to make a budget, which I keep saying that. The Japanese have a book called Kekebu. Kekebuன்னு ஒரு புஸ்தகம் இருக்குது, which is more than 125 years old, which tells you how to write a budget. And all that budget has to be put down. Weekly, quarterly, monthly, all this expense most of us know. What are our weekly expenses, monthly expenses, quarterly expenses, annual expenses? I prefer writing in hand because you need muscle memory. People use apps. One thing I slightly differ with this book is the concept of emergency fund. Since I know that money is always losing in value, and even if I put it in bank, it will lose value, whether you put it in terms of fixed deposit or RD, I prefer to keep my emergency money in gold because I am sure it will increase in value. So this is what it is. And all of big companies understand psychology well. The whole idea is to make you buy. The biggest success story is Apple. Even most people who own Apple phone in India have no business owning one Apple phone. Okay? And there are a lot of apps which advise you on budgets and all that. But for sake of muscle memory, I wish that you would write it on your உங்களாலே நீங்களே எழுதுறது better. Compound interest is a magnificent thing. Somebody said it's the eighth wonder of the world. It is. But the easiest way is not to understand it by Taj Mahal. If you look at an exponential graph, அது வந்து x-axis குட்டியே வரும். Suddenly it will just jump up to the y-axis. இது உங்களுக்கு புரியணும்னா Buffett took nearly 60 years to make this first 1 billion. And between 60 and 95, he made 300 billion. If he had retired at 60, nobody would have known Buffett. There are many billionaires. Buffett was also a billionaire. But between 1 and 300, so the first 60 years, he started at 11. So the first 49 years of his life, he spent in getting to 1 billion. And 1 billion to 300 billion, of which he has given away 150 billion, took him only another 35 years. So that is compounding at work. That is exponential power at work. So I quote his friend, Charlie Munger, in terms of adjustment to India, and this number keeps changing. முதல் 25 லட்ச ரூபா சேர்க்கறதுக்குள்ள உயிரே போயிடும். I am talking liquid asset, not your house or land, which are all dead assets, which can be converted to cash in next 2-3 days. First 25 lakhs is a drag. But once you cross 25 lakhs and don't touch that money will start working for you. That's when you start thinking of compounding. So compounding starts at 25 lakhs and nothing less. And he feels gold is emotional, but in the last 30 years, and 30 years is a lifetime for most of us. Our working period is 30 years. In the last 30 years, gold has beaten all investments comfortably unless you are a genius and you have picked about a bunch of 15-20 stocks or even 50 stocks in India and in US. Or if you had bought Dr. Reddy when it went on an IPO, or you bought Infosys, or you bought Google. There are 50-60 exceptions to the rule, but not all people in this room can buy those 50-60 inventions. Gold is safer, has been safer, and as long as Trump, Putin and Xi Jinping and our leader is there, it will continue to be safer. Because, so all this is money, don't even need to be printed. All the Federal Reserve has to do is just tap the finger and the money is created in the bank. In India, the RBI just touches the button, money is automatically created in State Bank of India. The quantity of money is unlimited and the quantity of gold is very limited. Therefore, gold will keep going up. There is no other secret sauce to that. வணக்கம். குழந்தைங்களுக்காக ஒரு புஸ்தகம் லான்ச் பண்ணோம். அது ரொம்ப சக்ஸஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்குது. யாருக்கெல்லாம் அந்த புஸ்தகம் போகணுமோ எங்கள் டீமுக்கு கான்டாக்ட் பண்ணுங்கள். கீழே இருக்கிற நம்பர்லேயும் வெப்சைட்லேயும் கான்டாக்ட் பண்ணிங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு அந்த புஸ்தகத்தை நீங்கள் வாங்கிக்கலாம். மற்ற எங்கள் புஸ்தகமும் அவைலபிள். எங்கள் வெப்சைட் மூலமாகவும் வாங்கலாம். கீழே இருக்கிற வாட்ஸ்அப் நம்பர்லேயும் மெசேஜ் அனுப்பலாம். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.